The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki. Hello, here I am. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. How y'all doing out there? It's Nikki Glaser. I am in St. Louis, Missouri with Andrew Collin. It's Tuesday. We're in my apartment. Just living the life. Does your coffee mug say Brenna on it?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, that's her company's mug that they gave her.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I thought you just like had your girlfriend's name on your coffee mug.
Yeah, and I'm drinking my own tears that I think when I think about her. Yeah, no. I mean,
That's
I
nice.
love
Yeah,
a
no.
Yeti. I love a Yet.
Yeah. What is, because it keeps it cold, it keeps it hot, Yetis?
Yeah, and there's just so much fluids in here. There's enough
Right.
water in here to fucking kill a camel.
But there's Nalgene's that have that much fluid too. Like, what is it about a Yeti that has?
Sounds cool.
It does?
Yeah, it's like
Aren't Yetis coolers though? Like, don't they make cooler brands? And now suddenly, when you say Yeti, it's like it means something else.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess, yeah.
Like Kleenex makes other things, but we all know when you say, "Can I get a Kleenex?" No one's talking about like their brand of paper towels or,
Yeah,
I don't know what else does Kleenex make.
Kleenex makes, I think they make coolers.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea. I really have no idea what else they make. I think people think a if you ask, I bet 40% of people think a Kleenex is just a tissue.
Yeah, isn't a brand name.
Yeah.
Dumpster is a brand name.
What?
Yeah.
Band-Aid
That's-
is a brand name.
Band-Aid, yes. Band-Aid's what do the Brits call them? Plasters.
So wait, what the fuck is a dumpster? A trash can?
And you know that the Brits call, dumpster is a
an appliance?
Is a brand.
Call back after
What?
one episode.
Oh, appliance. No, I was watching something British. Oh, I was watching Anatomy of a Scandal. Have you guys seen that?
I've heard it's good.
It's so
Not good?
it's good. I love it. It's interesting because there's a lot of like, wait, did he do it? Did she? No, did it? And there's like really hot people in it. Good, decent acting. What do I fucking know? You know, I like Sienna Miller a lot, but they keep saying, the main character works in Parliament, and they talk about his diary, but it's really a schedule. You know, a diary. If you're like, oh, I'll check my diary to see if I can fit you in for, a spot of tea or whatever. So I was wondering if when the Diary of Anne Frank came out, they thought it was this like Anne Frank's schedule.
Yeah, from 9 to 12, I'll be quiet in a basement, and then I think I'll do the same thing in the afternoon.
Like,
I mean, I don't know what else you could be doing up
They
there.
say a lift instead of, they say the bin for the, I'm going to throw your, if someone said, I'm going to throw your diary in this bin, I'd say, thank you. That's a great place to put it to keep it secret. But they would really be saying, I'm going to throw your schedule in the trash. And then I'm going to take the lift. And I'd say, well, we don't have, the lift has to mean elevator for us. Because there's no other, a lift is just an action, I guess.
The lift from the airport here?
Oh, LYFT. I'm talking about the elevator. They call it
No,
lift.
I know, but I was...
Oh, yeah, that's what we would think it was.
I was just shifting.
Shift?
Lift?
What?
What?
Segue?
Well,
I'm just fucking around. I
Yeah,
don't know.
segue.
That was a non sequitur.
the queue.
Seguator.
They say that instead of lining up. Oh, I was in the queue for the bathroom.
And what's the line? Oh yeah, Q.
Yeah.
Um,
And I hate the word way it's spelled. QUE. It's like QUE, QUE, QQ. It's like bananas. BA.
and I hate Cheers. I hate that Cheers has
Cheers.
gotten over
Oh,
here.
cheers.
For thank you. Cheers.
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 How about
Does
holiday?
sound-
In Brooklyn.
Holiday.
Ugh,
I like holiday.
I do like
For
holiday.
vacation.
For vacation. We're on holiday. But what do they say when it's like it's the holiday season? Do they think it's like summer? But they're taking holidays all the time because they don't, they're not as...
I mean, some countries in Europe take months off. They don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
It's so nice.
A siesta.
God.
Nice siesta in the middle of the
Leisure.
day.
They care about leisure and pleasure.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Was
38
yours was
episodes.
kind of like a fucking vacation this weekend? No, you made it a vacation a little bit?
Yeah.
Did you see your brother on the Hamps?
Nah. He's not in the Hamps anymore. He sold that Hampy house.
I just
My-
feel like you get another one then.
You
You
would-
don't get out of the Hamptons forever. If
You're not
rich,
allowed.
You just
yeah,
stay.
You gotta buy up.
Yeah.
That's like the code there. It's not allowed to leave the Hamptons. But he did. He had a house. He had an apartment in the city, so he had a house in the Hamptons. So that's your getaway.
Right.
But now he has a house in Connecticut, So go from house to house. You can't go house to house.
You can't?
You're not allowed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a rule.
Was it a trip? Like, you guys were on the beach at one point with the truck?
Yeah, no, I would consider it a holiday. We definitely, like...
Where did you stay? You left Thursday.
Stayed Thursday. Stayed at my friend's 10,000 square foot house. I texted him the day of. Like I said, I got the rental car. I ended up getting
denied. You texted him the day of for the hotel stay?
No, I texted him the day of to freaking just to see if he was in the Hamptons. I was staying I was going to stay in a little shitty pool house.
Wait, where?
In the Hamptons.
Whose house was that?
A different friend. A different rich friend.
Did you ever think of doing a hotel?
I did, but they're fucking like a decent hotel in the Hampies is $550 a night.
Yeah.
So I stayed 40 minutes away from the wedding venue to save a couple bucks. So I texted my buddy. I was like, "Hey, I'm staying in the pool house." He's like, "Hey, just stay in my house." Like that's how they are out there. They're like, "Just use my car.
There a part
Fuck
of
my
you
wife."
that was like, what? Well, if you're saying it, if I were a girlfriend situation in this, I would much rather stay in a pool house where I know we don't have to talk to anyone than stay in their actual house where like we're gonna be in there.
No one was there.
Oh,
we had this whole house to ourselves.
Oh, wow.
Which, by the way, I know a lot of people make jokes. A 10,000 square foot house, it gets a little haunty in there, a little haunted.
Too many rooms.
Too many
space.
rooms. Too many weird rich people put up drawings and pictures of people that aren't in their families that died probably horrible deaths that we have no idea about. And you see their faces on the wall and they just stare at you like,
oh, wow.
These weird drawings that they don't know these people. The richer you get, the less.
Drawings, like old-timey drawings?
Yeah, old-timey drawings of like a
How
little
do you know
girl.
they don't know?
Well, maybe they're. Well, first of all, they rent this house themselves, but. You know,
So you were creeped out by this brand new house in the Hamptons?
No, it's an old house.
Oh, it is?
Old house, yeah.
Okay.
Not that old, but old enough. And
But you got scared of ghosts?
I mean, Brenna was scared, which then lingers over to me having to be the man of the house. And, you know, she's relying on me to not fight this little troll.
Do you just stay in a sector of the house, or are you taking up space?
We had one room, and then downstairs, living room. You know, when you have 20 rooms, you end up staying in 2. Yeah. That's what I've learned. You know, what are we doing?
No matter what city you're in, you go to a couple places.
Yeah, you go to a couple places. What am I going to do?
I was just talking about this. I do not want a big house. I
Never.
love the size of my apartment. When I lose something, I know it's within 2 rooms. I hated growing up. Like, I hated it, but we moved from a very small house to a bigger house in 6th grade, and suddenly... It could be anything you lose could be anywhere. It's so it just turns into a lot more work to find things now. And then the joy of moving to New York and living in a studio or something even close to that. It's like it is within an arm's length of me, whatever this thing I'm looking for. And if it's not, it's gone forever and I can just move on with my life.
I mean, how did it get in that other room? You know what I mean? Like, how did it give? We had a room. The childhood house you're not really that afraid of, but we moved into a house when we were 12 where there was a room we never went in. Like, it was kind of understood that this room is kind of scary.
Well, what was it?
It was like an attic / room.
Okay.
But it was
what would it be? Was it decorated? Did it have a bed?
So there was the TV room connected to the attic. So we didn't even go in the TV room because this attic was so scary. You know, there were a lot of...
Oh, wow.
I don't know what was in there, but there was noises. A lot of noises.
You were scared of ghosts. So you still believe in ghosts. If you were getting scared this weekend, you believe in ghosts. Because otherwise you wouldn't be scared.
Yeah. I don't like noises.
So you believe in someone broke... Would your inclination be it's a ghost or someone broke into the house? Again, this is interesting to me. This is like the appliance talk yesterday where you're like, well... That's not an appliance. And I go, well, what constitutes an appliance? And you go, well, I don't know. And I'm like, but you have rules in your head. Yeah. So there's something, if you get scared when you hear noise, to you, you can't get scared of something that's nothing. So it has to be something to you. What is it? What could it be? What does your mind go to?
Well, I guess the idea is the unknown, right? The unknown is what's scary. So you can't define the unknown. I would say.
But if I don't believe in, like, I do believe in ghosts now, but I don't believe in, like, Bigfoot. You know, so if I heard
I don't think it's Bigfoot
walking in the woods, I would go, it's a man in a Bigfoot costume. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't go Bigfoot, or I would, you know, things. I wouldn't go, it's there's a clown in the sewer. Like, I know that's not a thing, so I'm not going to jump to that. But I think some people do. They go, oh my God, there's a part of them that goes, there could be a clown in the sewer.
When the house is bigger, for some reason, I do think there is a small chance that it could be haunted with some kind of creature, some kind of thing. I do.
Like an entity.
An entity. Now, my mind might also go there. Depending on the safer the neighborhood, the more likelihood it's a ghost and not a robber. In my brain, I know that's
see,
crazy.
I think that would be the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the nicer the neighborhood, the more stuff they got.
But the less crime.
Okay, yeah, but I always think like, it was a quiet street. They hadn't had crime here since 1971.
Yeah.
When a woman,
Yeah. So if there
hit a
isn't,
child with her car. Like there's always that Dateline episode of like, we never expected the neighborhood to have anything like this happen. There'd never been a murder there. That's when it's going to happen.
oh, dude, if you saw some of the people you see in New York City every day, thousands of them, if you saw one of them on a quiet street,
Yeah.
you would freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Just like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
a good
crazy
point.
how we like train our brains to like get comfortable.
Well, it was
with
like that
insanity.
Reddit thing I shared that one time where it was like, the woman's like, do you want to know if you're a real New Yorker? And she just goes, wah! And like screams, and she goes, and she looks back at the camera. She goes, did anyone turn around? She goes, those people are tourists if they turned around. And you just see there's people walking by that just did nothing when this woman is screaming bloody murder in the middle of a normal section of Manhattan.
Yeah, they're like having a rough day.
Yeah.
She'll be all right. Yeah.
I mean, I would not turn, because the second you turn to something, you're now accountable to it. You have to do something about it.
I mean, have you ever? I think I checked in maybe
Love
one or two
somebody
times.
so much it made you cry.
Yeah.
Have you ever needed something so bad you can't sleep at night? I want to do a lyric quiz with you, because you don't know any lyrics.
That's not
except,
true. That's such a blanket statement. Go ahead. Well, you can't do Taylor Swift every
Well,
time.
I'm not gonna do. Well, that wasn't Taylor Swift. I'm talking about what was the song that you were like, this was the Sum 41 one we were doing the other day.
All right.
What about God? What did I just hear this weekend that brought down the dance floor? It was like, it was
You
one of
forgot
those
it was
Fall
that-
Out Boys
Yeah.
or some. It was one of those songs that was like, I knew every lyric to, and I go, how do I know this?
yeah.
I forget it now. But what about
Stacey's mom?
Here I go again
Been
on my own.
Shit, maybe.
Honestly, are you kidding me?
Going
Noah?
down
Walking down the
road
only
I-
Nope, nope,
road I
going.
never known.
Okay, keep going.
Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone.
Okay, nice.
Now I made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go again.
He did it, everyone. He needed a little
But
help.
I needed a little bit of a push.
Yep.
It's like when you go like a roller coaster. You
Yep.
just a little. Why do we
about-
need that little?
Heartbreaker, you got the best of me.
Oh, heartbreaker, dream maker. Oh, baby, you're a sexy beast.
What about my loneliness?
Is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe, and I'm not losing my mind.
Nope. Okay, but that's okay. You got most
That
of
wasn't
it.
bad.
Yeah, that was pretty
I
good.
even got the other guy.
The other guy. The other guy. You think there was another guy there? Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yep, Jitney.
I mean, it's definitely it was another girl. If there's gonna be, it was her. It was just her in the background, or maybe background singers that sound like
That's
her.
what you think.
But you think it was another guy?
Yeah, man, it was a guy from Sweden that does all the hits.
I wanted to say, if anyone's watching us on the YouTube, I have I got a laser facial today. I got a microneedling PRP where they suck your blood out of your arm.
Where do they suck it out of?
Just a vein. They took it from right here.
Okay,
in my
so they
arm.
so they take
So
your
they take your blood and then they spin it around in a thing. I got it done on my scalp too when I was losing my hair back in the day. And they spin it around in a thing and then it sucks out all the plasma. And then they throw it away and then a guy jerks off and they just use that. No, that's the show I'm watching on Netflix. Has anyone heard of this Our Father show?
No.
Oh my God, dear God. I will never ever do IVF treatments with a man. I will never trust, and sorry, infertility doctors out there that are well-meaning, just like male babysitters, you don't get to do it. Go into some other kind of medicine.
Oh, they're putting their own cum in there?
There's this guy in Indianapolis named Dr. Klein, who in the 1970s and 80s practiced for a really long time. Women would go having infertility issues. They would either get a donor from, like a catalog, because before it was digitized, they would pick out a donor and a catalog.
Their stats.
Or they would bring in their husband's sperm because they were just having trouble having sex or just like whatever it was. And the husband would go and jerk off in a cup or whatever, or they'd pick out the donor that they like, to become a donor, you have to pass tests that you don't have a bunch of diseases and like autoimmune issues and family history of blah, blah, blah. And then this fucking Dr. Klein would just throw the sample away, come as the woman was getting disrobed, come in his office and then go in and inject his own semen into the woman, his own warm batch. And what happened was no one would have known until 23andMe. And then these people started getting tests, and all of a sudden they are getting hundreds of like dozens of matches with half siblings, and they're going, what is going on here?
Oh my God.
And they go, Mom, did you pick out a donor? And or they know the mom had a donor. And Dr. Klein, as is with most donors, they don't want any population having too many of the same father. So donors they'll only use donors up to 3 times. So,
Gotcha.
and that because they don't want sisters and brothers unintentionally dating each other.
3andMe.
Yeah.
You don't want 23. I mean, 23 is a lot. Wait 1 second. Is he still alive?
Yes.
Oh my God. So this is what this show is. I like this idea for a
Dude,
show.
it is the creepy. It is worse than any of the molested
How many
docs.
kids?
I
How
don't
many
know why
kids?
this thing creeps me out. Hundreds,
Oh
and
my
still more coming every day, because there are women who are dead now because they died of old age, and their siblings are out there that might not have Netflix and might not know about it. If you were conceived in the 70s or 80s in Indianapolis, and your parents might not even tell you that they had gone to this doctor. He was the only one that anyone even went to back then to help. And even if your dad's semen would use, he would throw out the dad's semen that was he would jerk off in a room next to the dad and throw out the dad's and put it in his own. So all these people, and guess what? There's nothing to try him on. There's
Why?
no law against what he did for some reason. It's disgusting. I wish this guy, it's all about, they kind of get into it, and it turns out he's maybe into like some kind of like Aryan race type thing.
Oh.
Because all these kids
Klein,
have
I was thinking maybe Jewish.
CLINE.
Oh.
Not a K. Yeah.
I'm
KKK,
sure
but-
some kids are like, my dad's a doctor? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
like,
yeah, he's so ugly though. He's
Oh,
such
really?
a fucking ugly bastard too. He's so gross. And some of these kids have such cute dads. And it's truly the most devastating thing to a family, because these fathers learn that their kids who are 30 doing 23andMe as like a Christmas gift they get from their husband. All of a sudden, hey dad, I'm not yours. I never have been. And this is why I look different than the rest of the family. It's just so sad. Let's so
you're
watch.
you're
it's
a
called
nurse,
Our
Dad.
Father. Oh yeah.
Dad, you're a nurse. I have a real doctor, Dad. Sorry you couldn't pass the boards, Dad.
I'm reading about the Columbine kids right now, and I'm having empathy for them for some reason. But this Dr. Klein is honestly like Hitler levels of terrible to me.
There's
I don't know
something
why.
about the deceiving aspect of it that's just really grinds
I'm
your
going to tell
gears.
you an even creepier thing when we get back from break. Andrew!
I'm coming down off the road.
Wait,
I'm
no,
li-
you're
I'm
doing White
riding
Snake
a
still.
frog on top of a toad.
Oh, okay. So you meant to.
Yeah. Come on, dude. I'm brilliant. I'm Mensa.
Oh my. Okay, so one of the creepiest
Yeah.
things about this documentary called Our Father, I watch everything with the captions on, and in the beginning of the documentary, it's a lot of dramatization and they really creep factor it up. But they show this doctor, and he has all these I don't know if he's Catholic or he's Christian, I think, or maybe Luther. I don't even know what he is, but he has all these signs around that are like just religious mimeographs and like little like weavings, and I don't know. He just has signs everywhere about like being Christian is the only way to be kind of things, and they show him in these rooms just like jerking off. And in the very beginning, they show him like from behind in his office, really like dimly lit office, and him just leaning back going, oh, like in his office. And it's just like, and you see him like leave a patient and then like walk and like be like, just roll, I'll be right back. And then he goes in his office, and he like, you hear him jerk off. So that's like the beginning, just setting the stage for like, this is weird, right? And then every single, the documentary is cut up into sections of like how many siblings there are. So it would go, the first is like sibling number 1. and then every time they always preemptively go like, and my mom was told that, based on the donor she chose, there would only be up to 3 more siblings, and then it would always go to cut to like sibling, and then there's a black screen, and then it says sibling number, and then it goes, and the number keeps going like, and then it'll go 15, and then it shows the story of sibling 15, and then it's like sibling, and then it'll go, and then Dr. Klein says, well, I only did it 10 times. I only put my own sperm in because these families were struggling. I only did it 10 times. And then it goes sibling number 37. And so it keeps climbing throughout the thing. But every single time, because of the closed captions, it will say sibling number, and then it goes boom. Like there's like this kind of like ominous like tone underneath it when the number comes up. It's just, you would just think it was like a boom boom, like almost like a Law and Order kind of, echoey tone. But then it says in the closed caption in like brackets, man moaning. So you realize that these people have put this guy's like cum sound throughout the documentary. I showed it to Chris the other night. I was like, you haven't even seen this documentary, but can you just see what I'm noticing from having closed captions on? Closed captions open up such a world to you that you don't know, like where things appear that you go, oh, I didn't even know. The director definitely was like, let's emphasize every number with the sound of an orgasm.
Yeah.
But you would never know it unless you had closed captions. Also, when I'm watching the show like The Ultimatum or like any of these reality shows, it will be like tense music. Like it'll just say that, or it'll be like, it's almost like they didn't realize that they're giving away what they're trying to do.
Yes.
Emotionally gripping music. Music that makes you think these two might break up. Like it'll be that specific of like telling you what you're supposed to feel, and it's a nice way to see how manipulative things are on television because they're giving away their secrets.
Yeah, we would have no idea. Could you hear the cum sound when you turned it?
It just sounds like boom.
Okay,
like
that's
it really sounds nothing like a cum, but every
a
single
small
time
star
the number
breaking,
comes up, it just
yeah.
says man moaning, and it's like, ooh. It's like not that sound at all, but it's, that someone was like, let's secretly put this sound in. Like the Beatles on a certain song called, I think, Girl. I think it's the song Girl, which they pronounce girl instead of girl. But they do this part where it's like tit 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 tit, and they got a kick out of it because they were saying tit 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 tit, but it sounds like tit 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 tit. And then in Lady Gaga's Poker Face, she says poker face, poker face, but she's really saying, if you listen, it says fucker face, fucker face.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's secret things that they put in. There's even one in Britney Spears.
Could it be the caption guy's
I'm
wrong?
a slave for you, and it goes, insane. She says, I can't deny it. I'm not trying to fight it. There's some part of it that has like it's almost like the Disney things where it's like a dirty lyric instead. I forget which one it is. But no, I don't think the caption guy's having fun. I think he's reading the script, which is for producers. So
part of me had sometimes thought the closed captions was just a guy going, you know what I mean? Like
typing
it's
along
always
with it.
just like a live guy going.
I always thought it was
Well, that's what it is on
computer.
live things or like debates. I thought it was computer.
Yeah, I always wondered how they get the closed captions in there, like how that even works on the
It's
TV.
someone going off of a script, usually if it's something that's scripted. And then if it's, I think a lot of it is AI, just like hearing it, because
you
you've
could do
done
it on your
before.
phone. You could do it with Siri.
I'm wondering though,
But even in the 90s, when like before computers were so advanced, I remember you could turn
think
the
they
closed
would
captions on for The Simpsons, and I would watch it with
I
closed
think
captions.
they would have people
But The
type it
Simpsons
out.
wasn't live.
I think
obviously.
they actually had people type it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Because I think I knew some people like in the 2000s when I lived in LA who would do that for temp jobs, is like closed captioning.
Oh, for live stuff?
cool.
No, not live stuff,
Oh,
for like,
okay.
tape
Yes,
stuff. They
yeah.
list, before it airs. But, when you do, I'm wondering, I see it all the time on these reels and on TikTok, mostly on Instagram reels, where it'll caption it for you. Are you not able to go in and correct what it
You can.
thinks?
You can.
Why does everyone not do that?
Well, it depends.
it bugs me
On curse
so
words?
much.
On curse words or just random
No,
words?
random words.
I know you can do it certain ones you can do it, and other ones I don't think
I've
you
never
can.
done it, but I can't imagine they don't have a way to edit it. They go, we'll get this right as much as possible, and then you can go back in and change it. No one does.
I know people are lazy, including
Oh
myself.
my God.
I've done it before where I haven't changed it. It doesn't seem to make that big of a deal, but yes, it definitely
Does it make sense?
I think
to
at
you?
this point, honestly, I think now closed captions and visuals are so ingrained in us that it's like, okay, make it nice, make it right. Like a lot of people are now doing it. Like
Yeah,
even
because
like
there are people called deaf people who actually rely on it to make sense or sense, if you, as you would write it, of what you're saying.
it. What?
Why are you rubbing that, Mike? Like,
I don't know. I'm thinking of Dr. Klein. Got his ass, or did he
wait,
get
what were
me?
you gonna say?
No, but like even like a comic like Gary Goldman, you put up a thing of his.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I think Gary Goldman, I think he would never, like, he wouldn't put the captions because there's something about, stand up that you shouldn't have to read it. Like, it kind of takes away the
Right.
medium. But he did it perfectly. Like, he took time.
Well, yeah,
on
because
that.
He's like me. I can't stand. I tell my people who
You're
do
like
my own
Lizzo.
stuff.
We learned you're like Lizzo.
Yeah, Lizzo
last
got
night.
very mad about the way that you do the dance for the.
It's like
in
this.
a minute, I'm gonna need a sentimental man, a woman to pump me up in the pussy. But I want to say that like Gary's like me. There's something that bugs me so much, and every comedian needs to do. If you're listening, comedians, and you make clips of your stand up. You're doing yourself a disservice if you give the punchline away before you say it. The word should not appear on the screen until you say it. There's a thing called timing in comedy that is essential to the joke being as funny as possible. And I read fast, and so do a lot of people. I read the joke before people say it, and I go, oh. And there's a part of you that goes, I know where this is going. Even though you didn't, you read it ahead of the person saying it. And it ruins it for you. I mean, in Veep, I watch it all the time where I see the joke before they say it. And I allow that because that's TV. It's not like if the writers were doing the closed captions, they would be more emphatic about it. But I can't stand when I, outsource my captions and it just pops up because I want it builds to like, you don't know where this is going. And now you do. If you just write the whole sentence out. I don't know. Maybe some people are slower readers, and it actually does time out right.
No, I think it also depends on your stand-up. If some people speak so slowly that their joke that is a minute long might have 40 words, so it's easy to type out. Essentially, it's easy to time it out.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of words, harder to type, harder to write, harder to Some people do it in
Yes.
clumps. Whatever. This is all technical.
Well, setup it can be setup's fine, but
Yeah.
when you're doing a punchline, you need the ... boom.
right on the time you say. it.
Yeah. You say it the way for a reason. Like you might be like, no, I don't pay attention to that stuff. You do.
Yeah.
You do. And
Come noise.
Yeah.
You
So bottom line is, I got a laser facial today.
Yeah. So
at
you got the
9:30.
laser facial. You go in. What does
They
it
draw
do?
the blood, they whip it around, then
Yeah.
they come back in, and she it hurts so fucking bad. They put numbing cream on my face that's
Yeah.
just now wearing off, and they rub it all over your face, and then your face is numb and tingly, and then she comes in and does micro needling, which is
Just a little needle.
it's like no. There's like it's a machine, but I'm guessing it has a bunch of needles on it, and it just like penetrates your skin all over. So it just kind of like almost like tattooing kind of
putting
thing. Like,
your plasma into your
no,
own
no, no.
face.
It's poking needles in. So it's just poking holes, I'm guessing. I don't know how it exactly works, but I know that it's like needles everywhere. And then they take your plasma and rub it in the open wounds.
Oh my.
Was there a part of your face where you're like, I can't stand this?
Oh, the forehead, because there's no fat there. It's just like bone on skin. I think it's
Humble
probably
brag.
relates to. I know I'm such a skinny forehead. But definitely my cheeks are easier
Here by the
because
eye.
there's more padding. It's a little bit more bony.
But you got a laser too, right? Or no?
Well,
No.
I just call it laser because it just looks like it just was an easy way to say that your face looks all fucked up. But it was microneedling.
Okay.
There's no laser involved. But I used to get laser
Yeah,
stuff.
there is a laser thing as well. I've heard.
Well, there's tons of different stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I get some stuff done too.
Yeah, you get it done too.
I actually just ordered my first balding spray.
A balding
What?
spray.
Yeah.
What is
for
it?
for receding
Rogaine?
hairline? It's like Rogaine.
Is it
it's like
paint?
Finticide and moxo. I don't know the words. They're both big.
Is it a foam?
It's a spray.
And when do you put it on?
You just put it on 4 times. 4 sprays a day.
Oh.
Like 1 time, 4 sprays.
And where did you hear about it?
I was
Instagram.
Late last night. Instagram. Hims is the name of the
Hims,
brand.
Yes. I've heard of that.
And I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
sure
see.
my face will fall off and I'll
Is it
regret it all.
supposed to
but
grow hair or just keep the hair that you have?
It regrows. It should regrow and thicken. So a lot of times it's, oral, whatever, the Finticide or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's side effects of your dick
Impotence.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
I've already gone through that with Zoloft. I'm not going to put a pill in my mouth.
Yeah.
That's going to affect my cock because my cock is finally back to
normal.
teenager levels.
Yeah.
Small and pathetic. But no, the spray, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm like, why not? It's not that expensive. It's not crazy.
Yeah.
And
I used to do Rogaine.
I'll let you know if it works.
I used to do, and I've done PRP. I've done, Nutrafol.
How much was falling out? Or was this a
This was
preventative?
It was no, it was hormonal. I mean, during the pandemic, my hair was, it was like
Really?
I know we didn't hang out much during the pandemic. It was awful. I had
a lot.
Like
my
clumps in the
ponytail
shower?
Was like I would do like wall art with my hair
Oh my
in the
God.
shower. I had like tapestries of like I would do like horses and like it looked like a cave from the Mesolithic period.
But I
don't
know
if that's
how
right.
like
Insane
that-
about
yeah.
hair I am. Oh, it was the worst time of my life. I have so much empathy for anyone whose hair is my mom's going through like stressful hair loss. Like it sucks. I wouldn't take showers because every time I did it would fall out so much. But when you stop showering or when you stop, I wouldn't wash my hair.
Yeah.
Because so much would come out. It would be like so traumatizing. But then when you skip showering or when you skip washing your hair, more falls out because it's just like releasing. So it's just every single time I would just go, and I would put it up on the wall and I'd go, Mom, look, I'm not crazy. And then one time I came home from doing Jimmy Kimmel Live, like guest hosting. And I remember I like came back into my parents' house and I like greeted my dogs and I like was rolling around on the ground with them and they were all stepping. And I remember Wiley stepped on my hair and like ripped out 10 strands. And what went from like, I just had this amazing day and like weekend or like I just accomplished this thing that, I thought my career was over. And then suddenly during 2020 in the summer, I get to guest host Jimmy Kimmel. I was inconsolable. I just couldn't believe that, like, in addition to all my hairs falling out naturally, something pulled out like 10. Like it was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I know that sounds crazy. It was honestly one of the worst things. I told my dad, I was like, I'd rather my arm get cut off. I wasn't joking. Like it was that devastating to me that just the idea that something that didn't need to go went when I was just so.
I just love his little paw taking it. His big paw.
Oh, his
just
big paw.
taking it off.
It was just like so now I never lay on the ground with the dogs because if they step on my hair in a weird way, I like know that I'll just lose my fucking mind.
I remember when my hair started to fall out. A lot of it was stress related. I remember being in the shower and having like clumps. Mm-hmm. For some reason, my hair has like stayed kind of this. I don't remember.
Was it longer?
It just
then?
was thicker. It was just thicker, you
But
know.
I'm saying when your hair falls out probably now, and then it just falls out of your hair because it's short.
Oh, and you don't
when you
realize
have long hair. That's why
That's
girls.
a good point. Yeah.
When and especially if your hair is curlier or more textured, when it falls out, it just stays in there until you wash it, and then you run your hands through, and that's when it all comes out. Whereas if you're someone with straight like hair that kind of that it's falling out throughout the day in a way that others aren't.
Oh, so maybe it is falling. I don't even realize it. But as
you see it on your pillow?
a woman, you know, it's like you go bald it's not supposed to happen.
Yes.
To women, it's that look.
And it's
isn't
not
like
a bald spot that you can be like, oh, I'm like, it's
Yeah.
alopecia, which almost would. I don't want to minimize alopecia at all, but at least when you have like a bald spot, you can be like, something's wrong. But when it's all falling out everywhere and your hair's just like thin and like you can like see through on your scalp, it just feels different than like my friend Sarah Lena used to have a bald spot and it would just be one area, or my one friend has trichotillomania and she has one area that's just a bald patch right behind her ear and she could kind of flip her hair and show it. Devastating for sure. There's something about it being concentrated as opposed to like when it's everywhere.
I don't think alopecia is though concentrated.
No, I don't think it is either.
I think that's your eye. Like everything falls out.
That is
I'm not trying to
devastating
like
in a
be
way
like
that
I know what it is, but
No. I think you're right.
I just
you're right.
read about it because of the Will Smith thing. I was like, what is alopecia?
Oh my God, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Jeff Ross came out about it after.
He had it.
And he had it for years.
That's why he
until the
had that
Oscars.
hair on
Yes.
the roast, and then a year later he was bald.
Yep. And he lied about it and said it was just a choice. He had no eyebrows. He suddenly, as a comedian, couldn't make like his eyebrows. It's a weird to show like your expressions. You know,
Yeah.
like he suddenly was just robbed of like how he emotes and how he looks on stage, and like it was devastating. And he had to lie about it. He was like, I lied on Rogan about it. I just said it was like a choice, and it was like not a choice. His hair just started falling out of fucking nowhere, and then he wrote this. He came out about it because of the Oscars.
Yeah, because he had full on like dreads the year before, and then he
Yeah.
was completely bald the next
his
year.
alopecia. Yeah.
Whoa.
And he says that, you know, he knows a lot of people that have it, that wear wigs, and no one knows. People in Hollywood. I mean, it's such a shameful thing, hair loss, that people don't talk about. But
My grandpa used to go, don't use a towel. Don't ever dry your hair with a towel. Like, because he was bald from an early. And he would have, my grandpa Marvin.
did he say don't wash your towels?
Yes.
Because you stuck to that.
You know, I'm not dirty anymore, Nikki. You can't keep bringing it up. That's the old me. Brenna does it now. And I actually do it some. But my grandpa Marvin, he would take one hair. He had like 10 hairs that you don't have anymore.
And then
He would grow it to like to
and
here
then swirl it around.
and swirl it around.
Oh my God.
And then it'd get a little windy. And that bitch was like Bill Murray and Kingpin. Oh, which you never. I don't know how you never.
I
And
know.
it would just start like turning
Yeah.
into what's that snake in a
yeah,
cobra.
like a rattlesnake out
Be
of
like,
a
don't
old
ever
basket."
use a towel, Andrew.
Okay, we got to get to the news.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Oh boy! I hope you're having all the swells out there. Apparently, we are here. It's Tuesday, folks. Too. Man, have you ever thought about life and think about stuff, and then everything falls apart? Back to you, Noah.
Oh my God.
Okay, you guys are going to be on the road this weekend. Two shows in Boston, and then two or three shows in Connecticut at Foxwoods.
Really?
2 shows.
2, I believe.
Oh my God, 2 and 2?
2 and 2.
It's the big weekend.
The
Buckle
Wilbur.
up.
The fucking Wilbur.
Yeah, the Wilbur 2 shows on. I think they're selling well too. So, but get in there. We're doing meet and greets, all that stuff. Have new merch available. You can, as always, get our merchandise at nikkiglaser.podshop.com or podshop.nikkiglaser.com.
I'm excited
try 'em
for June 11th because you'll be in Phoenix, and I'm going to come see you guys.
Oh, we should do a live pod.
11. That'd be so fun. Maybe
Maybe. Who knows?
put it out in the world.
Just throwing it out there, world.
Tossing it out. Okay, what's the news story?
Okay,
Noah?
first story. I think you're going to love
boom,
this.
boom, boom.
I think I know what it is.
Rapid fire.
You want
I'm
to
not
guess?
gonna say. No, I don't want to guess.
Okay. An
Sports
Arby's
Illustrated? Oh.
An Arby's manager was caught urinating in the milkshake mix on 2 occasions while under investigation for child pornography.
Wow.
23andMe, they found out.
That is hilarious. That I love these while, the things that people do while the other thing,
Oh.
like this
while
is how
making a
he's
milkshake?
this is what he's doing while he's on bail. You like why the child pornography wasn't enough. Let's pee in some milkshakes.
Oh, I
Well,
thought that's
Nikki.
included. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I
He
thought that.
urinated for sexual gratification. I guess that was found out. And when officers executed a search warrant, they uncovered dozens of photos and videos depicting the sexual exploitation of children, as well as the urine video on his digital devices.
Oh, this poor fucking guy. What made him this way? What the fuck happened to this
Probably
guy
working at
that this
Arby's.
is what he's into? I mean, I know that's the worst thing to go to. There's people victimized by this guy, especially people who drink those milkshakes and children. But Jesus Christ, what makes someone like this?
I mean, I don't know.
I wonder if
Getting
people work.
fired
How
from
did he get caught?
Burger
Like, did
King.
people just taste the milkshakes? How did it?
Well,
how-
that's
how
what
did
it
go?
was. While he was being investigated, I guess they uncovered that, from the videos. So
Oh, wait. So what came first, the child porn or the milkshakes?
probably the child pornography. He was
Wait, he
they
was
were
being
probably-
investigated for child porn, and then they found videos of him pissing in the milkshakes.
Yes.
Oh God,
the
that
videos
means that
took
people
place at
just
Arby's.
drank those milkshakes and didn't fucking know.
Yep. So
Oh God, I think this is the best vegan way to get people to go vegan. Is just say that you know what, they might be pissing in your milkshake.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to think of if I've ever had a milkshake
An Arby's
from Arby's.
milkshake.
I haven't. Have you ever had Arby's?
Oh yeah, I used to love Arby's.
So much meat in there.
Oh boy, I love
The
Arby's.
5-stack thing. I mean,
I
that
loved
weird
roast beef.
barbecue sauce that's sweet that tastes like
Oh,
piss.
oh my God, you're right. It is a little vinegary. Oh my God, shit.
I get the
piss.
beef and cheddar there. God, what a weird order to go to be like. I've never like Arby's
Why
was
is my
always
mouth
like.
watering? I hate this story. God, sorry. No. But like pissing and I wonder why no one else saw him do it. Like, why is anyone ever alone with the milkshake machine?
Also,
he
it's
was
like-
manager, so maybe he.
Oh,
manager.
manager. Oh yeah.
God, these people cannot help themselves. Thank God they can't help themselves. They want to get caught. They know they're doing something wrong, and they can't help but just push it to the point where someone's going to catch them.
I just heard he's tough on interviews.
My God, and you know, like I've said, the child porn thing is so fucking weird, you guys. They don't do it for money. They all do it just because they want to provide content for other people who are into it. It's all about trading and just like lending out. Like that's the weirdest part of that whole thing for me for some reason.
Did you ever eat at
No.
a fast food and go, I wonder what they're doing to the food? You ever have those
No,
thoughts?
and you know what? I think it's so weird when people find out, you know, what goes on behind the scenes, or they go, you know, the other day Chris was talking about it on his radio show, like he worked somewhere and he saw them. He worked at some restaurant and was really disgusted that they were washing out, you know, the bins that keep the food in, or they were washing plates, and then the woman took the same sponge and used it to wash the sink and like dump the
gotcha.
pan of like
Yeah.
dirty mop water in there and then washed it down with them. And I'm like, of course they're doing that. I just don't. If something is microscopic, I do not care about microscopic germs.
How macro does it have to get?
Piss, ounces of piss.
Ounces.
But I assume
Not
there's.
1 ounce.
I'm assuming there's grams of piss and shit in everything I eat, and you can't taste it. Like, you know, you can't taste bugs. You have bugs in your food.
I had
you
Taco
guys.
Bug one time at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I'm not kidding. I pulled out like a little tiny bug,
you kept
and it
eating.
kept moving. And I go, let's go, boy. Just kept it going.
Yeah.
I mean, it was small enough where I was like, it's not like a fucking
Wait, it was
cricket.
moving?
Eat it.
No, I took the bug out.
But you didn't. He seemed like. Well, what's the odds of there being another bug?
They never travel in
And
pairs.
honestly, I don't think it's gross if there's a bug in my food. I only take it. I don't want more bugs in my. I don't want to eat a bug. I don't care what the bug left behind. I assume there's fly shit everywhere.
Larva.
Yeah, but like if I can't see it, I don't care about what I can't see.
Now, are you afraid to send things back due to someone spinning on it?
Oh,
You ever think about that?
No, because I'm very nice when I send things back, and I make it very aware. Like I know this isn't your fault, or like back there, I just like if it's. Yeah, no, I'm never scared of, because usually things I'm ordering, I would be able to tell if they spit in it, and if they did, and I can't tell, then it's fine. The piss thing, I think I would be able to tell piss. I don't want to drink with piss in it, but I think that if it had even the slightest taste of piss, I would not want it. I would not just go, it tastes a little off. I would just go, ugh, God, no.
All this stuff
And
seems like a
vegans are not
power
pissing
thing.
in
It's all a
things.
power thing.
Oh yeah, it's
Like
piss
control piss to come
coming in
the,
things.
Yeah, it's
yeah, it definitely is.
like anyhow.
Okay,
But
ready for
it's-
some good news?
Sure.
No.
Okay. The UK's public health services are officially prescribing stand-up comedy classes to men at risk of suicide from mental trauma or depression.
To push them over the edge.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, this is a horrible idea. Have you ever bombed?
Okay, so they're prescribing comedy classes.
Yep, after a pilot program proved outrageously successful, according to this
What
article.
kind of pilot? Like a TV pilot or like a flying
No,
pilot?
like they tested, like a pilot, like they tested it, a pilot program.
Oh, I thought it was a different word in England. I thought pilot there meant an actual flying
Right,
thing.
right.
Cue.
Cute.
Cute.
QAnon. I mean, that's sweet. I think anything that is, a class, something that people are learning together, something that gets part of your brain working in a different way, is always helpful for depression.
All jokes aside, the class really did. Like, I was very depressed when I started stand-up,
Yeah.
and I was seeking
And you
something.
really did put all jokes aside when you started.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wanted to save them for later. And by later,
All
I mean, I'm
jokes
still
aside,
waiting.
if you want to do comedy,
Yeah, all jokes inside, you should have on the paper and the diary.
no, it's anything that is social
Yeah.
and like making you interact with people and like think in a different way and
Yes.
think maybe outside yourself and support other people.
The problem is like anything, the high is so high from doing well in it and like doing well in the class, and then you think you get cards. I got cards made like within the first week of like becoming, I had my first show.
Wait, you got cards, man?
Oh, yeah.
God, you're so
And you wanna know what I
embarrassing
did?
in
You
so
know what
many
I did?
ways.
You know what I
Ways,
did?
Andrew. It's so funny.
I had cards made of just me. I gotta find them. It's a drawing of me with a mustache and my grandpa's hat and the Wookiee. And then I just put my name on there. No email, no phone number. I go, if they're gonna want me, they're gonna find me. And I just put Andy Shallows on there. Swear to God.
Wait, were you up? Was there a presence online at all of you?
No.
Then how would they ever find you, Andrew?
Through the phone book.
Were
Which
you
I
even
wasn't
in the phone
Nope.
book?
Nope.
Andy Shallows wasn't even your name. What are you thinking? Did you have a MySpace page?
Nope. I think I had MySpace. I think I had
Okay.
Facebook. I think I had
Maybe
Facebook.
that.
But it was absurd to think I'm going to be
yes.
off the radar. Whatever. My
It's
whole
kinda
point to
ca-
this is the depression was so, like, it was cured, kind of, and then if you don't get success, boy, does it come back
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
So-
I think this is more not like turning men into comedians or
Yes.
like depressed people. It's more about like just giving them a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, here's how it works. So it's a woman who founded the course. It says that trauma victims are encouraged to process their trauma in a different way so they can change who the victim is and choose the narrative. They can actually go right down into it. This is what I was thinking, and then this happened to me. This enables survivors to consciously use comedy to change their perspective on their experiences, but also puts them in a physically powerful position because being on stage is very powerful.
Oh, I like that. So they're probably like learning how to make. That's like a class about rape jokes.
Yeah, or like rape
know.
or like anything
Yeah.
horrible that happened to you. Car crash, killed 3 people.
Yeah.
How's this funny? I mean,
Yeah.
if you do keep telling your story that it can't be funny. I mean, we do that all the time. And then we're like, you got to be depressed about this. It's too sad
Well,
to
I
make
do
funny. It
think,
shouldn't be
though-
allowed to be funny.
Yeah, well, it should be allowed to be funny, but I also think that some people just cannot not be funny about things, and then they never feel sad,
Well, yeah, that's a whole
and
nother.
they just
They need a different class. They need just regular therapy.
Yeah,
Where they
they
just
do.
perform
Man,
without
I
making
tried
a
to go to
joke.
couples therapy today, and we got there, and we're in the waiting room, and we sign in, and we're like, wait, we're both so tired. He like literally is like putting his head in my lap, and we're just like, can we just like sleep here? And I had to crawl out of bed to get to it, and because I got my microneedling, then I went back to bed because I was just like, oh, sibling number 55. Oh, and then I
Closed caption, open ears.
got into the I drove, it's like 30 minutes away. I drove there, got there, and we are waiting and waiting and waiting, and then we're starting to like just talk about things like in the waiting room that almost like like pre-gaming
Yeah.
for therapy. And then she is not coming out, and she's very prompt usually, and then we call her, and then she calls us back and is like, oh, did you get my email? I couldn't do that time. I'm just like, oh my God, why are we doing this? And then Chris, she was on speaker, and he goes, I just want to let you know, like, this might end us. Like, the drama, it was funny. She was like, no, wait, she was like, we'll talk about it next time.
Can I be honest? That goes back to the thing of like, now you're dealing with this her not showing up as a couple. And it does bring, like, now you have this thing that brings you together. You can talk about the lady not
Yes.
showing up.
Yes.
And it instantly can remove any kind of other shit.
Man, I love a tired boyfriend.
Yeah.
I love when your like boyfriend who is usually like in control and like, like running the show, and which is very hot, when he's just a baby and he's just like, oh, he's tired, and I just love it.
What
What's
about somewhere
wrong
in
with you?
between?
I just want him to.
What about like a lazy, kind of in control guy?
I just want him to. I like vulnerability. I like when I think when guys or anyone gets tired, they're just more like, I'm just like, I can't be cool right now. Like they're not gonna be defensive. They're not like all. And I'm speaking for myself too. Like I think I maybe get more defensive when I'm tired because I don't know what happens
Cranky.
when I'm tired, huh?
Cranky.
Yeah. I mean, there's just something when guys, my boyfriend, I like him the most when he's like, I like you the most when you're tired too, because you're just like, you say like silly things and you're just like, I don't know. I'm just tired.
Well, a tired guy would know.
I want sex. And then you just say funny, like, because it takes away any ability for you to try to be cool or
Yes.
try to hold in something that wants to come out. And if you're tired and in a good mood, it's just, there's nothing but like genuine like happiness and like love emanating from men. I think they just it's almost like that post-orgasm like they're just kind of like jelly and they're
Well, it's
like,
when people
I'm a
smoke
baby.
weed. You know, you smoke weed, you're just like, yeah, whatever, man, it's fine, dude.
Not
It's good.
everyone, but
Not
yeah.
everybody, but yes.
There's something
A
personally
tired guy
wrong
will
with
never
me.
rev an engine, you know? Like that
Yeah,
goes
there's
back to
never
like
K.
Yeah.
That
It
you
takes
can't be K. K takes so much effort.
so much anger, so much like rage to
Oh
be
my
K.
God. It's
So
so
egos drop when you're tired, so you're not K.
yes. Oh my God. There's something about, and even like children, like when Poppy is like sick and she just gets like cuddly and it's just like, I guess I just like being needed and I like something that is like not going to require a lot of, I mean, I guess kids that are sick require more attention, but they're just like, they don't want to play. They just want to like cuddle. I might be a woman that like the Munchausen thing where you like keep your kids and your family sick so they need you.
Oh wow.
Although I always say that Chris's favorite thing is helping people. And I was driving back from this wedding with his dad and him in the car. And I was talking about like, we have some friends who are like building a house with a guest house and all this stuff. And I'm like, they must be like fucking killing it money wise. And Chris is like, you could do that. And I'm like, no, I couldn't build that big of a house with a guest house and a pool and a pickleball court and all. And he's like, yeah, you could in that neighborhood. Yes, you could. And I'm like, I could. And he's like, but you don't think about what you can do with your money. And I'm like, but I would just feel like if my mom then dies of cancer or is like getting sick from cancer and I can't spend all that money on her for her treatment. And his dad was like, what are you talking about, this cancer thing? And I go, well, we're all going to get cancer. I want to be able to pay for my parents' treatment so they don't stress about it, which is always my theory about saving money. And he's like, don't live in the wreckage of your future.
Ooh.
Nikki, don't live in the wreckage of your future. And I was
like that.
I need to hear that, Mr. Convey. Thank you.
I don't know.
And
He
then-
might be in on with Chris to get a pickleball court. That's what
Maybe.
it sounds like to me.
I'm like, that's the wreckage of my present is pickleball.
Also,
But-
what is how much is cancer if you have good
said
health
to-
insurance?
well, my parents don't. Okay, they have Medicaid or
Okay.
Medicare. Okay, so
Do we know though? Should we look into it?
I'll say it's probably
Because I think whatever your number is probably
300,000.
No, I don't think it would- no.
1.6 million
No, I don't think
for
it,
the best.
Yeah.
Best cancer treatment in the world.
I'll ask my dad. He's a cancer
Ask your dad.
doctor.
Text him right now, Dad. With Medicare, if you're talking about 5 years of cancer treatment for the best kind of cancer treatment for, let's say, a colon. You know, what are we looking at? I want to be able to go, Mom, I got it. Don't worry about it. It's covered. And I don't want to not be able to do that because I wanted a pickleball court or I wanted a guest house that Andrew could stay at, you know, and get scared of the ghosts in the other room.
So ask him about alopecia too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what my point was initially, but
Nikki's parents
man, I'm
have
feeling
Medicare
sick.
and got cancer.
Okay, can we take a quick break and then come back with Reddit? Okay, let's take a quick break because I
Or
am
why do I
getting
care?
sweaty in my mouth.
Really? Like,
You
not
know,
from
like
the Arby's
nauseous.
thing?
Maybe no, that didn't start there. But I'm gonna figure
You
out what
went
this
through
is.
a lot today. Your face.
Yeah, maybe I'm a trauma victim from my face being.
You think
like,
about a stand-up
hellraisered.
class? You think about stand-up?
I'm gonna go sign up for
Make a
one.
card over there.
Look
Nikki
at me.
Deeps. Nikki Deeps.
I look like if you know.
You look cool as shit. You look like Spicoli.
I do. I look like if Spicoli married fucking Tony Hawk. Okay, guys, I gotta go check out my sweaty mouth. And we're back, and we're calling Andrew's dad to find out how much cancer treatment is for about 5 years with colon cancer and Medicare. You know what? I don't even know if 5 years is. That seems too long for colon cancer. It usually gets you. I don't mean to be dark about it. Wow, your dad is really pulling your childhood on you right now.
Come on, Dad, be there for once.
You know the best thing that's happened.
Leave your message for 772.
Oh, he doesn't even.
48.
Okay, do it before it says his number.
Oh shit!
Jeez,
Call him over.
All it takes is for you to figure out his number. I think we got all the numbers except 3. So it would take 1,000 tries to get it right. And you would get Andrew's
What the hell's
dad's
he doing
number
during the day? He just got a new hip. He ain't running around.
Yeah, well, what I was gonna say is that I don't have outgoing. I don't have voicemail anymore.
I don't have outgoing voice.
I barely do today, but I don't have voicemail anymore. My phone will not get voicemail.
Well, have you deleted all your deleted messages?
You don't understand. There's no voicemail to be had. There's no number to call. There's nothing to do. I've put my brother-in-law on it, who is a tech wizard, and he's like, I've never seen anything like this. I have to go to the store, and I know that's going to be a whole afternoon. So I just don't have voicemail anymore. Guess what? Don't need it. I have not had voicemail for almost a year, everyone, and I am a very busy person. If they want to get in touch with you, they'll find you on MySpace. It's almost like the Andy Shallows
That's what I'm talking
business
about.
card.
Now you're getting the business
No
plan.
one needs voicemail. Voicemail's stupid. Just send me a text.
Also,
if you really need me.
I haven't
Come here,
checked.
Bubba.
I haven't checked my voicemail.
What is going on with him? He looks like a little kangaroo.
Alan, Dr. Colin. Okay, Dad.
Yeah.
You're on the podcast right now on Nikki's.
Oh.
Hello.
So people are actually listening to it.
Hello, Andrew.
So
Say
Nikki,
that again.
Nikki has a question. So Nikki has some money. She's worried that if her parents ever get sick and get cancer, that she's going to need an insane amount of money set aside to save their lives. They both have Medicare. She's wondering if let's say they got like stage 3, stage 4 cancer. What are we talking out of pocket cost-wise?
If I just wanted to go, don't worry about it. I got it covered. You don't have to worry about it. What's it going to be for like 3 years of cancer treatment? I don't know what kind of cancer we're talking about. Ballpark. 3 years out of pocket.
Do they have secondary medical insurance?
Let's say they don't.
So they have Medicare, let's say.
No, but they absolutely need a secondary.
Okay. I'm sure they do. Okay, so if they have a secondary one, what are we looking at? If the worst case scenario.
Medicare pays. Medicare doesn't pay for everything. First of all,
Right.
Even so, they say that Medicare pays 80%. There may be additional, and probably will be additional costs over and above Medicare. You do not want to be responsible for the rest of the 20%.
How much would that be?
20%. Well, it depends. It could be the new oncology drugs cost $10,000 a month.
Thank you.
So that's
Thank you.
$120,000 a year.
But listen, I don't want to scare you. Most of the time, Medicare and a secondary will cover most of the costs. But you must have the major thing to know is you can't just go on Medicare. You must have a secondary because no one can afford a prolonged, significant illness that requires, heavy duty chemotherapy and try to pay the 20%. Just think how much cost that would be over the course of 6 months, not 3 years.
Yeah.
So they need to have secondary medical insurance.
Okay. Good to know.
And you and Andrew, even though you're young and healthy, both
Yes.
of you need health insurance.
Yes.
I have health insurance.
I do too. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you,
All
Dr. Colin.
Is that it?
That's it.
How's your
I
hip?
didn't want to know what I was doing. I finally got into the pool. I was doing exercises.
Aw.
I'm looking great without a cane. And I'm
Yes.
feeling good. Yeah.
So
Things are
glad to
cool.
hear it.
All right, Dad. That's the end of your segment.
Okay.
I would talk to you so much longer, but we have to go.
America.
We're running out of time.
Sorry, there can't be a secondary conversation.
Goodbye, St. Louis. Goodbye.
I love you. Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Famous face. Okay, that
Oh yeah,
was
he
good
does
to
say you
know.
have. So you have.
Sounds like I'm right.
they got to get secondary. Is what we learned.
And if they don't, 20%.
You ain't getting pickleball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But don't live in the wreckage of your future, even though cancer is imminent.
No, but your parents can definitely get secondary right now, and
I know.
they're doing a disservice.
They already have secondary, but
So
I'm
then you're
saying even if
fine.
I'm out 2%, I just don't know anyone. I want them to be able to take ambulances everywhere, like Ubers. And I want to be able to go, I got
but
you, Mom.
It sounds like your fear is not rational. No offense.
I don't mean to say something fucked up, but do you think like the more you talk about it, the more you're gonna will it onto them?
God willing.
I want to get in that will. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
No. I guess, yeah, possibly. But I also think that, I don't know. I would rather have that peace of mind. It's like having insurance. Like me keeping that nest egg of money for cat. And I'm doing that as an example of a catastrophe. There are many other things. Maybe their house gets infested by swallows and then their home insurance doesn't cover it.
Yeah.
And their shit's, and I want to just go, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll kill 2 birds. I'll kill these 2 in the corner.
You gotta kill 200 birds.
And then I'll kill,
200 birds with.
And I got you covered. You don't have to stress about this. I want those kinds of like, I keep money away for those kind of like rainy day. And I'd rather that than buy like a big old house and be like, and then go like, oh, gotta worry. Then now I have to worry about money again. I like money being saved.
I get that.
Because that gives me great pleasure, more so than a trampoline.
But I guess
trampolines aren't that much money, but
No, they
that's
add
what I
up.
define as like being very
A
rich.
primary trampoline?
We gotta get to final thought. Okay. Final thought. It takes us into Reddit dump. Okay.
Oh, okay. This is your final Reddit.
This is your Reddit dump. I love your laugh there.
That's so ridiculous.
Okay,
Sounds like that clown in the
Noah,
sewer.
I think people will like this one. Can we go to the one where the woman's talking?
The lipstick?
Yeah, she says how to always choose the correct color lipstick for your skin tone.
Yes. Okay, here goes.
It's from
So,
Life Hacks.
to celebrate the fact that the masks were coming off in WA today, I decided that I was going to wear lipstick. And I read somewhere that the best shade of lipstick for a woman is the same color as their nipple. So, I took a photo of the top of my nipple, took it into Mecca, and picked a lipstick color, and all day my patients, my reception staff, and people are complimenting me on my lip color. They're like, Alex, I love that lip shade on you, and it's taking everything that I have. Not to be like, thanks, it's the same color as my nipple.
You know what it did? It made her face a tit. If I go like this, my lips have become the nipple of my face.
It makes I do disagree with what you're saying.
Disagree?
Yeah, I do disagree.
Sounds like you said agree.
I was going to say I do not disagree, but I do actually disagree.
Why?
Because I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it's like it makes your I think it makes sense that it's your natural color. So it's not going to look like some crazy color. It's going to be a color that you don't have an example of on your face. But really your lip color is the same as your nipples.
I'm a little confused. So is she saying, because I might want to do this a little bit later at Sephora, you take the color of your nipple and then when you put it on your
match
lips, does it make because you're adding
It's just
color
a way
on a
to
different
find
color.
It's just a way to find what natural kind of lip color will look the best on you. So it's going to be different than your lip color, but not that much. And it's just going to be your nipple color is usually like it goes along with your skin tone. Like usually your nipple color is related to your overall skin tone. I think that most people that are like have a darker skin tone, olive skin tone, have like more brown nipples, or like more, Irish women have like pink. Like I'm trying to think of like my favorite lip color always is and every makeup artist I've ever worked with knows this about me. And it's always, I cannot stand a dark lip color. I will not take anything that's even slightly dark. I like beiges and I like pinks almost like this microphone. That's why I like this color pink, because I like a almost bubblegum translucent pink. And I gotta say, let me just check.
Yeah, are you describing your nipples?
Hold on, don't look.
They're translucent.
Honestly, it's not wrong. Like my
it'd
nipples,
be weird
I have
if your
a lighter
nipples were
colored
bright
nipple.
red.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But but that woman in that video, if you saw, her nipples are definitely very dark.
Yeah.
Because her lip color was dark, but her also her face. Like,
auburn.
I think there's something to it because I've gone the other way where I already know what lip color looks best on me. It just so happens it's the same as my nipple, and so it kind of checks out. I thought that was very interesting. Let's listen to this is from Oddly Satisfying, the subreddit, and it says this small duck running around the house, and it's the sound of a duck's feet on different surfaces in the house.
Oh, I like this.
Or around the house. Appliances.
Let's compare the sound of her little flipper flopper feet on different surfaces.
This is on a deck. It's on a deck. This is on a carpet. This is in a hallway.
Oh, so cute.
Where's this one?
Concrete.
Oh,
This is a hardwood.
Hardwood floor. Is it that satisfying to
Which
you?
one's your favorite?
Ducks would be terrible burglars. I'll tell you that. They really can't walk quiet, huh?
They are so
Everything's
cute.
pretty loud.
Kirsten and I used to love to throw bread on a duck's back because it would go like the sound of like a thick piece of bread like on a duck's back where it would just like land on the like we would try to hit them in the feathers like on the back, like not hurt them.
No.
But like soft pieces of bread going like it was like our favorite sound. Is there any kind of sound that really is satisfying to you that you can think of?
I mean, that was nice.
Yeah.
There's something about like a flap.
I love the sound of Marion when she is sleeping and she'll go.
A cat's purr.
That's really
When
nice.
Mango just does it's like white noise kind of thing.
Well, I have wait. Tell me if it sounds like this. This is my white noise machine app, and it has a cat in it. I think.
There's a vibration to it too. Like you could feel
Oh
the
my
vibration.
God.
Feel the vibration.
Man, we used to have these little like cats that had a hollow, like they were like play animal cats. Oh, here it is. Let me see if
What does that mean? Like, yeah.
So we used to have this.
You feel the vibration. You could feel it.
Yeah.
Right?
I wonder what. Well, it was the coolest toy. I want to get one for Poppy. I wonder if I can find them on eBay. But if you had one of these, will you write to me? Because I feel like me and my sister were the only ones that had them. They were little purr cats, the cats that would purr. And what they had was a hollow head that had probably plastic lined inside with little spikes and a little ball that would roll around inside it. So it would make the sound of purring from this ball rolling around in its head. Oh, it was so
and it was a
satisfying.
toy.
It was a toy. And I loved it so much. Much like this toy that I found on a Reddit dump. I didn't even send this to Noah, but I feel like I can just play it here. This was my favorite toy, and I referenced it on my show.
Welcome
Home, Nikki. I was like, "Where is Nikki Glaser?" Question mark.
He's over here.
That would have been a good name for it.
We'll go back.
But I remember this commercial, and I remember every lyric to it like it was the hit song of the time. Skip it.
Oh, this is what your
skip it.
mom was playing at Goodwill.
yeah.
Yeah. Your best thing of all. There's a counter on this ball. See if you beat your very best score. See if you can skip a whole lot more.
I
That
used
was my
to
favorite
love
part of song.
Skip It.
It's so
like
fun.
The solitaire of jump rope.
But the very best thing of all, there's a counter on this ball. I just love that. That guy said there's the very best thing of all, there's a counter on this ball. He must have been so psyched when he came out with that.
It's a good rhyme.
Oh, man.
Good rhyme.
I think I'd be really good at making theme songs for kids' toys.
Yeah, like a
Jingles.
Jingles.
Yeah, jingles.
I think jingles are just the perfect amount of even writing the theme song for my show. It's the perfect amount of time that I don't have to write too much. It's just quick. We're in and out.
It's a joke. Yeah.
Yeah,
jingles,
it's
short,
a joke.
word
It's
economy.
not a bit. It's not like a whole story.
Just a couple lines that really get you going. And
Yes.
those two lines really make me want to buy a Skip It.
Well, there was this time when I was in Thailand with Chris, like early on in our first month of our relationship. We went to Thailand, and I came up with the jingle for, there was so many dogs like just chilling everywhere, little stray dogs, and there was a dog on a bike one time that was just like waiting outside for its owner, but it was like on this bike just like,
Yeah, chilling.
And I was like, everybody loves a back dog. And man, that has lasted forever. Just that little, everybody loves a back dog.
Yeah, I
Isn't that
could see
fun?
it. I could see it. Yeah, you see a bike dog, you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Not good. It's just nice. It's relaxing. You just see them, just a little pause.
Another jingle I created in college when people would litter on the street. And I said, that's not cool. And then I realized that a lot of people litter by just placing things upright. Like it's not littering if you just set the cup down. People do this in parking lots where they'll just dump their trash, but it's not trash because they put the cup upright.
Oh, gotcha.
Like
Yeah.
almost like they're just setting it there to come back and get it. Yeah, right, you're not. But if they don't throw it, then it's not litter.
Gotcha.
And I realized a lot of people were just, I one time was making fun of those kind of people. And I go, it's not littering if you hang it on a pole. And that was another jingle I created. And I mean, we ended the show with raps every time. You want to kick us off?
I could kick us off. That makes me think the cup thing of, I remember being hungover in Vegas, and if you sit on a bench, you're just a regular person. You lay down on a bench, now you're homeless.
Laying on a bench makes you homeless. I mean, you can kind of put the bike dog thing to anything.
Oh, yeah, that's true,
So we
too.
gotta go. This is the end of the show. I'm not trying to rap, but I gotta give it a try. Rapping's really hard. I'm not pretending like I'm good. This is just the way it is. It's not the way it should be. I gotta go. I'm gonna go take a nap. My face got microneedled. I'm bleeding like a wap. A wet ass pussy, not one that's wet with cum, one that's wet with blood. And this rap is really dumb.
I wouldn't say it's dumb. It's definitely full of cum from your Dr. Klein. I'll kick it from behind. I've never slapped my balls, but I feel like I'll rewind. Every time I look at my watch, it goes to 3. It never went to 2. Is that because I'm a honeybee? No, it's because I'm sugar, and that's where I go to eat and deliver.
What
I
if
always
we did
wear
a whole
socks.
show of this?
I think people would probably, our subscribers, but the people that stick around.
People would erase their reviews in their like they would actively go back to re-review.
Even if they're negative, they would get out of there.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for listening and putting up with us today. We got to go. I'm microneedled, and Andrew is...
Micro penis.
We'll see you tomorrow on the show. Don't be cool and
Check. Chemo.
What?